Hello, my name is Karina Bona and I'm a professional puppet and prop maker, and today I'm going to show you how to make a witch's mask. To make your witch's mask, you will need some cartridge paper for the base, tissue paper, newspaper, PVA, a little bit of water, some masking tape, color pens, a stapler and some string, and finally, to get the curved shape on your mask, something to prop a magazine on. So step 1, I roughly measure where my eyes are going to be positioned in the mask, and then I want to leave myself a nice big bit of witch's forehead. Then all the mask needs are some cheeks to come down and support themselves on our face, and a little bit of space there for our nose to sit on. Just draw yourself some circles roughly where your eye cutouts are going to be for later on. And now all you've got to do is cut this out. To cut your eye holes out, just stab your scissors through the center of the eye and cut around. Taking some newspaper, tear off a small amount and start making a pointy nose with a fat base. Once you've got a shape that you're happy with, you just use some masking tape to bind it together. This is a really quick way of making that shape and holding it together. This is one that I strapped down earlier. Now I'm going to show you how you connect that nose to the face. Using a bit of masking tape, just prepare yourself some strips. And position your nose onto the mask. Use as much masking tape as you need to support the nose onto the face. Once you've done that, we just need to prepare a little bit of PVA in some water so that we can cover our mask with tissue paper. Now, I like to use a paintbrush to mix it together and make sure you get all the lumps out. And it also makes it really easy to then apply that onto your mask. So, using the paintbrush, just give it a first covering of PVA and make sure you cover that nose. And then just take your tissue paper and, in as rough a fashion as possible, bunch it up onto that face to give that witch lots of craggy wrinkles. So you just keep going like this until your whole face is covered. Now, to make eyelids and eyebrows, all you've got to do is stretch that paper across and bunch it up so that it creates those shapes. And once that PVA sets, it should dry really rock hard and give you a nice solid eyelid or eyebrow. Don't worry about going out of the lines when you're putting your paper down, because you can just cut away anything that's excess later on. I'm just building up some bags under my witch's eyes, and I just do that by bunching up my tissue paper, placing it where I want, and then just painting the rest of it down. Great. So once you've got your face built up and covered, you can move on to the nose. So for the nose, all you've got to do are cut down some manageable strips of tissue paper and wrap. And keep adding a little bit of that PVA just to hold it onto that surface. Once you've gotten to that stage, if you want to build up some nostrils for your witch, just take a bit more of that tissue paper, bunch it up and make a little ball. And then it's just a question of gluing that down with the PVA onto whichever side you'd like. You can give her lots of moles and warts with lots of these little tissue paper balls, and all you've got to do afterwards is just paint them down with a little bit more PVA. So she'll end up with a really wonderfully horrible skin condition. Now, it's going to take a while for this mask to dry. As you can see, it's pretty wet. But the best thing to do is to pop it on top of a magazine, because it will peel off of that surface and it won't stick. Now, if you prop your magazine with something on underneath, all you need to do is rest it so that it gets a nice curve so that it'll fit around your face well when it's dry. So that's the stage our mask is at now. We've just got to wait. Overnight probably is best for that to dry. Once your mask is dry, just take another black marker pen and even some paint, and you can add a little bit more detail to the lines and the wrinkles just by going over them with a bit of pen. If you want things to stand out, all you've got to do is just use that against the textured surfaces and it really brings it out. There we go. So once you're happy with the way that your witch's mask looks, you just need to pop a little bit of string on the back so that you can wear it, and I'll show you how we do that. Turn your mask over and grab yourself a bit of string. Using a stapler, all you've got to do is staple your string roughly in the position where you want your mask to rest on your face. Make sure you pop in quite a few staples just to make sure that it holds itself really well to your face. And repeat the same again on the other side of the mask. Now, if you don't want this to go against your face, just grab a bit of masking tape and you can tape off those edges just to make it nice and safe and not feel too rough against your face. Oh. Great. So once you've tried your mask on and you're happy with the position, all you've got to do is tie your string together at the back in a knot, and there you go. Your mask is ready to wear.
And that is how you make a witch's mask.